Hi, welcome to Pinoy Swiss Abroad. More than 50% are still not subscribed, so please watch first before subscribing. Yes, we're going back to Auckland after our Wellington travel series. As you can see, New Zealand is really the land of the long white clouds. If you haven't watched my previous videos about Auckland, the link is at the description box below. Please check them out. Yes, now we're back in Auckland. So now I'm showing you around the city center. We left Auckland in 2015 to be an expat in Abu Dhabi, and since then we've seen already some construction being started here around the CBD. We came back to New Zealand late March of 2019, just before the pandemic became huge. And so the rest is history. Taking out the fact that there's COVID around the world, the place is a lot different, a different feel from 5 years ago. As you can see, the constructions are ongoing and all over the place. To make it simple, though it's not simple, they are remodeling these places and establishments around the waterfront. To be honest, I miss the old days. So yes, we have to move on and catch up with the world and try to make it a little bit modern than before. So here we are inside the ferry building, and as you can see, there are some restaurants, cafes before you enter the terminal as per your destination. These benches were full of tourists with their big luggages long before the COVID showed off its ugly head. But as you can see, there are some crowds here and they are all locals like me. And yes, there are some tourists or visitors that are stranded here in New Zealand, but some of them are already gone home, and some, it depends on their visa, they prefer to stay because it's COVID-free in the community here in all over New Zealand. Siyempre po, diba, mas gugustuhin po nating maging safe kesa naman yung magta-try tayong umuwi sa ating bansa and then dun pa makakuha ng COVID. And yes, unfortunately, some who came home to their home countries, they contracted COVID. So now I'm showing you beside the Vineyard Quarter. Yes, going to the Vineyard Quarter is just in front of this. As you can see, just the other side of this, that's where Vineyard Quarter is. This area is more of chilling out. As you can see, there are a lot of restaurants, cafes, pubs around here. Not to mention that there are so many boats around. Auckland City is known as the City of Sails because of its location, locked in by the Tasman Sea in the west and the Hauraki Gulf in the east. That's why it's called between the twin harbors. Auckland City has plenty of access to the water. The cost of living in Australia is generally lower than New Zealand, with everything from restaurant, groceries, to fuel costing more, and at least 30% of your wage per week or salary per month goes to rent expenses, as housing prices here are very steep or expensive. There you go. And for those people who doesn't know, Australia is just our neighboring country. Before the pandemic, the first tourist exchange are between neighbors, Australia and New Zealand. Para po kasi silang magkapatid. Lagi po silang nagbibigayan, minsan nag-aaway din, para nga pong magkapatid. So yes, New Zealand and Australia are like brothers and their mom is Britain. And yes, there are sibling rivalries, just like human. And even both flags are similar. New Zealand and Australian flags has the Southern Cross constellation on their flags. New Zealand has 4 red stars and Australia have 4 white stars. Now you know, so don't get confused. I hope you are liking the view that I'm showing you. So now we're here, we're walking to Vineyard Quarter. Kia ora! Welcome! Nagulat po ba kayo? Maraming tao kumpara sa Wellington? If you don't know yet, Auckland is the most populated city in New Zealand. And yes, the busiest city all over New Zealand. If you are new to my channel, I just want to let you know that we are COVID-free in the community all over New Zealand. So enjoy lang po natin ang ating paggala. Tuloy-tuloy lang po tayo. You may be wondering what's the event for, why there's a lot of people around. It's the 36th America's Cup match to be held here in Auckland because New Zealand is the defender. To give you an idea what is the America's Cup about? America's Cup started in 1851, winning the yacht race consistently until 1983. Australia, the second, won 3-4. Then the next competition was in 1987. The Americans got the cup back with a score of 0-4 and consistently winning. New Zealand started to compete in 1988 and finally won the cup in 1995 with a score of 0-5 and held its title till 2000. In year 2003, Team New Zealand compete with Alinghi of Switzerland with a score of 0-5 and retained its title in 2007. The year 2010, BMW Oracle of America won 0-2 and retained the title until 2013. And in the year 2017, Emirates Team New Zealand won 1-7 until today. So Emirates Team New Zealand is the defender for the upcoming race in March 2021. So whoever wins this Prada Cup from January to February 2021 will compete with the Team New Zealand for the 36th Cup Championship. There you go. I hope I didn't bore you with the details. Sa mga kababayan ko po dyan, gusto ko lang pong bigyan kayo ng information para nalalaman nyo rin po yung mga ibang bagay na hindi po normally na pinagbibigyan natin ng pansin. Generally speaking, New Zealand people loves the water. That's why New Zealanders are good with any water games or competitions. Madalas po silang manalo sa mga water games. Lagi po silang nagcha-champion. Now, let's admire this big boat and appreciate the view. Can you see that? So many people. Yes, this bridge is folding up to accommodate big boats and the yacht, so they can go and park on the other side. Unfortunately, that day, the American Magic capsized. You can see the details, and I may say that this is not an ordinary yacht. Again, yacht for British pronunciation and yacht for American pronunciation. There you go. And of course, in every international sports competition, there is always a store where you can buy products from each countries. Actually, we like all the styles and they're all fashionable and beautiful, but it's not within our budget. And you can see this same spot on my teaser video. Please check them out. Now let's move on to shopping and dining. The original building has been demolished, and so this is now the commercial bay. As you can see, it is now very modern. To all those people who visited New Zealand before 2015, you will be amazed of what it looks like now. You will get lost because you don't know where is that particular building. So yes, in every establishment, there is always a food court. And this food court caters to all international tongues. Middle Eastern, Asian, and European taste. Nandito po lahat. And just to let you know, people here don't particularly like you vlogging, so just to give them respect, medyo yung aking camera ay nasa floor, kaya pasensya na po kayo. So yes, I don't want to show their faces as much as possible. But there are some instances that it's so hard to do it. And also it may take time because sometimes I let them get out of the view of the camera. In Wellington and in Rotorua, I can do it. So I just let them pass me by until I can take my shots and some photos and videos about the place. So sa mga kababayan ko po nagtatanong bakit laging sinasabi nila walang tao, meron pong tao. Ang problema, hindi po basta-basta pwedeng kuhunan lagi yung pagmumukha nila. So kailangan po may privacy din. So to respect their privacy as much as possible, pinalalampas ko po muna sila bago ko mag-take ng pictures or ng video. Pero minsan mahirap talaga. But the servers and staffs in the retail industry, they are used to it. So okay lang po na makunan sila ng pictures. And this ends my video, and I hope you like it and you learned something new. Please do comment and I will reply to you as soon as I can. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button.